And welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. And there's been a little bit of changes here. For one thing, I have set up a system here where I've got a stack of 20 redstone energy cells storing power. I'm going to be putting more of these energy tesseracts around here to be able to use that power, and I've also shut down the second boiler for the moment because I found that with two of them running it used the fuel fast enough that it was using it faster than the fuel was being generated. And speaking of the fuel, things are doing much better now. The iron tank is full, 2,000 buckets of biofuel, and the multi-tank, yes, I've been having quite a bit of lag. I right click on it and I've seen it take as much as 3 minutes for the thing to actually appear, for this or for chests or for anything. So I don't know what's going on. My internet is being crap tonight. But we've got 2,200 buckets of biomass, and the refineries are all full. I've only got 2 of them enabled to run right now. I could probably shut down one and only use one to keep the biofuels, keep the supply current. But that's enough for right now. What I've got here is the 2 fermenters. This one is using oak saplings, which are being provided as they're being generated. And this one is using the apple oak saplings from the multi-farm. Okay, if I go like this, see, there's your apple oak saplings. There's a little over 8,500 of them. And the oak saplings are coming from the legacy forestry farms. And right now there's only one of those running. And the one that's running is the newest one, right here, which is hooked into the AE system, and it's much better, more efficient, faster, easier to deal with and set up than the arrangement I had with Buildcraft pipes and Red Power machines and whatnot on the other 2. Got here, as a matter of fact, I can improve it some. If I put an ME interface here in place of this chest, I can get rid of, as a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's go ahead and grab an ME interface. Here we are. If I actually got it. Ah. That was not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted. Okay, get the logger back in place. Break the chest. Yes, I know I used a pickaxe to break a chest. For shame. Alright. Interface in place. Let's get another piece of cable. There. Now anything ejected from the logger, the interface will grab and throw it into the system. Now over here, providing oak saplings and humus through an export bus from the system. And over here, an import bus is grabbing sand that the Arboretum picks up when it changes out stuff. Okay, so that's how that works. It's a whole lot simpler and easier to deal with. And what I'm going to do is the 2 tree farms that I have over here, I'm going to move them. See, they're shut down now because they ran out of their supply of humus. And I figured this is a great time to tear the setups down and move them. And of the existing setup, the Arboretum, logger, the energy conduit is probably about the only part of this current setup that is going to still be used. Okay, so go ahead and drop that stuff in there. I'm just going to tear all of this stuff down because we don't need to use it anymore, because this AE version is so much better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tear both of these things down and get them set up in a new location. Might be a good idea if I turn that off. Let's go ahead and dump a bunch of this stuff into this. Oh, I'm too far away from it, of course. Yeah, one of the things I need to do in terms of upgrading stuff is to get the ME system reaching a little farther. So I'm just going to use the ender bag here. Just dump all of this stuff in there. I'm going to finish, go ahead and tearing this stuff up, and I'll be back when I'm ready to set them back up in their new locations. Alright, so I've got the other two tree farms moved, set up and working, and I've started doing some excavating here because this section here I'm going to clear out and I'm going to put a fourth one in. And I'm thinking that with four of these tree farms producing oak saplings, that should keep me ahead of the game on biofuel until such time as I can come up with a variety of apple oak that has triple sapling drop. And then go with more of the multi-farms. Although I don't want to go too crazy with the multi-farms, because the trees in the multi-farms, they work fine, the multi-farms work fantastically, but they require fertilizer of the kind made from apatite, and you can't use anything else instead, like compost, or humus or whatever, which I can manufacture easily for these things. Actually, the system automatically manufactures it. But I'm thinking we got this pretty well covered with the trees. I am going to finish clearing that out sometime in the next few days and get another farm in there. And in the meantime, there is another bit of improvement that needs to be dealt with, and that is this recycling setup. Because, well, the whole thing is built around using red power and whatnot, which is all fine and dandy, but red power has had a little bit of problems with the mod pack in some ways, and some lag issues and whatnot, like for example timers running, turn that off, and things like that. And then of course there is also the question of whether or not red power will even be included in the next version for 1.6. That's anybody's guess. So I'm thinking it's a good idea to work out a recycling system and use the AE system instead. It will be a lot more efficient, a lot better, I think, and have a heck of a lot fewer moving parts. So I think the first thing I gotta do here is to shut all of this stuff down, including that. You got 426 stacks of scrap in here. And what do we have here? 642 stacks of scrap boxes and more coming. And then of course there's this mess with the matter fabricator feeding stuff into a chest, which I have to manually empty once in a while because it's not fed into the system yet. So let's see. So I've got some cable on me here. So I need to run some cable over that way across the room. I'll just run it across the ceiling here. Yeah. And I will probably be making more of this cable soon, which I'm glad I can, because I finally have a quarry running. I actually have a supply of quartz again. As I mentioned, I had completely run out of the stuff. Okay, what do we got in here? Yeah, these are all full. So with that, this timer turned off, there won't be any more coming. Hello. There won't be any more coming out. And the system won't be making any more of them for the moment. Okay, and actually, that needs to come out of there, and I'm going to arrange to start transferring the contents of that barrel into the system. Let's see, speaking of the system, let's ditch a few things here. And let's see, ME export bus, I need an import bus. There we go. It's already importing everything, so let's just set it a stack at a time, and stack at a time of scrap boxes going out of that barrel. And I'll do something similar here to get the scrap out of this one. And well, the applied energistic system, turn that off, has some neat little features, like for example an item called a level emitter. Basically you can set it to emit a redstone signal when the system has a specified amount of something in it, and that redstone signal can set some other action in motion, like for example cobblestone. I have 735,000 cobblestone, and it's grown considerably because this morning I had about 500,000 cobblestone, but I started my quarry running again, and I've got another 250,000 cobblestone in less than 12 hours. That's a lot of cobblestone, and I don't need that much. So what I need to do is work out a system here where I can have a level emitter. I'm not going to need that for the moment. And have the cobblestone come out of a, let's see, where's the export bus? I know we've got some of those. Export bus. this thing. Okay, active, always, active without signal, active with signal. That's the one we want. And so if I take some cable, and go ahead and run that over there. Now, I made up a level emitter earlier when I was kind of testing on this. Let's see if I can find it. There we are. One level emitter. And so, let's see. Alright, now, first let's set it what to talk about. We want it to monitor cobble, and if there is more than, say, 10,000, emit a red signal. Emit when levels are above limit. Okay. Now we take the wrench, bring it over here like so. Okay. Hang on here. I got it. Now, level emitter. That's not where I wanted it. Wrench this thing over. Alright. Now quickly set the thing to only deal with cobblestone. 10,000. And now we set this to move cobblestone stack at a time. Okay. Very good. That will fill that input chest with cobble. That's a start at least. Actually, I just realized I did that wrong. Because that input chest assumes that I'm going to use the red power setup, and I'm not. Alright, so I'll take this down. Come over here, and let's get this tubing out of the way. Alright. Alright, ME cable. Not there. Alright, now export bus right there. We will tell it to export cobblestone, stack at a time, active with signal. Alright, now level emitter. But apparently not there. Okay, not a problem. There, and level emitter like that. And this one, cobblestone, 10,000. Alright. Okay, now I gotta put this bit of cable back, the glass fiber, so it has power. And now all the excess cobblestone is automatically being recycled. We still have the issue here with needing this timer to pulse these guys, but that's a temporary situation. As a matter of fact, let's stop that. This thing's going to jam up. And start taking some of this out. Because this is where the import bus comes in. Alright, got one import bus. We'll just set it right here. Wrench it around. Drop a piece of cable on it. And without specifying anything, it'll pull everything out. Stack at a time. Alright. Okay, so go ahead and set this. Yeah. Now I don't need this stuff here anymore. Cobblestone is getting dealt with quickly. Go ahead and dump this stuff I've got on me. $733,000 cobblestone. And it's slowly but surely being dealt with. Granted, it'll take a while, but I'm not in that big a hurry. I just want it dealt with. And that way the system will have a lot more storage capacity, because there's no reason, in my mind, to keep more than 10,000 cobblestone. And the same can be said for other materials. Like, for example, I've got 500,000 oak logs. What am I going to do with those? I'm probably going to set up an arrangement that I saw DMAC doing, which is basically take the oak logs and route them to a furnace of some kind where they get cooked into charcoal, and then the charcoal is used to power something, to provide power in, say, for example, solid fuel firebox in a steam boiler, or generators, or what have you. But it gets it used, and again, the level limiter guarantees that there is a certain amount of stuff still in the system available. It's just that we don't have to have insane, crazy amounts of it. So, I'm going to be taking the rest of this stuff out. This will get the area cleaned up and looking a little neater. Well, I didn't need to do a cobble explosion here. Alright, that's good for now. And let's see, as for scrap, once the scrap is in the system, which is, that's where it's going now, what I'll need to do is set up an auto crafting recipe to turn the scrap into scrap boxes without using this setup, and then Another export bus feeding directly into actually an ME interface on top of the fabricator to feed that in there. Have a pattern, yeah, that's right, an encoded pattern that will feed the scrap boxes in there and export over on this side, picking up the resulting UU matter and running that directly into the system instead of this mess. Be a little bit messy getting things undone from one way and changed over, but I think it's going to work a whole lot better. It's definitely going to look a whole lot better. This whole corner was really clutched out really bad. And I am going to be working on this over the next couple of days. I'm not going to try to do it all right now on camera because there's a lot to a lot of it here. I think for the moment what I want to do is to address another issue, and that is lighting. Now, I had the lighting in here really good when the RAS lamps were in use. And then there was the discovery that the RAS lamps were doing a lot of block updates or some kind of thing like that. And the only sensible thing to do was to take the things down. But that left this place a lot darker than I really wanted it to be. But, and this is another thing that I learned about from DMAC. He told me about this. If I go in here, oh yeah, road. This stuff right here. Road light inverted. Emits light. Very good stuff. You just take road light and invert it like that. You make that with redstone lamps surrounded by roadblocks. And I don't even know what mod that comes from. Roadblocks, stone brick surrounding plastic sheets. Plastic sheets from 4 bits of raw plastic. And the raw plastic by smelting rubber. Not bad. And since I have, let's see, 28,000 rubber wood logs, I think I can come up with plenty of rubber. All I'll need to do, and I think that's going to be the main thing, is, again, get this thing hooked into having the AE system feed it and pick up the output from it. And that way all of this will automatically be in the system instead of sitting here waiting on me to do something with it. Let's see. Pattern, let's see, let's craft a few of those. Why is there trees in that? Alright, that'll do for the moment. Okay. I shouldn't have put all the rubber away, but there's still some more here, so. I need to cook up some of this rubber so that I can have a sample to show the thing. No, I need several of those. There we go. That will do for that. Okay. encode that, and then get some plastic sheets. Well, alright, stone brick. Alright, a plastic sheet. Stone bricks. Wait a minute. Oh, all the way around. Encode this. Alright, now road light. We need a redstone lamp. Glowstone and redstone, that's simple enough. I just grab some glowstone. And go ahead and make one up. Alright. I didn't make the roadblocks, did I? Good night. Alright, there we go. Lamp. Okay, take that and okay. Okay, now we take the redstone lamp, surround it with these. No, not those. These, road. Encode that. Alright, and then the road light. Take that, pop it up here, and invert it. Code that. Now all I need to do is pop these things all down here into the pattern thing. And then I should be able to craft up, say, a stack of those. And they're coming in quickly. Excellent. And here's why I want to use them. Very good. And they're also slick, like when you're on ice. So you can run really, really dangerously fast with this stuff. So I'm going to make up a bunch of this. And I'm probably, like this upper floor, I'm going to pave the floor with it. And then run a stripe of it, say, yeah, 3 blocks off the floor. All the way around, maybe 2 high, say like that. Take all that glowstone out and have a 2 high stripe of that going around, and then redo the floor in this stuff as well. And that way, lighting in here will no longer be an issue. And the floor down in here can be done the same way. And that will solve lighting problems and the ugliness of having like big hunkin' chunks of glowstone sitting all over the doggone place. Just replace the floor with the stuff. See, that looks better in here already. And then, of course, see how it looks down below. Oh, I would pick there, didn't, wouldn't I? Okay, but still. Okay, once the hole closes up. There we go. You see, this area is now a little better lit. It looks better. And so I'm going to do that. All three of these floors are going to be covered in this road light, I think. But then again, see, there was another one. Find it in here. Here it is. Glowstone brick. Bricks with glowstone in the corners, and it's going to be kind of like this. I don't think it's as slippery as the other stuff is. I'm not sure. I'm going to make up a bunch of each of them and put some down and see how it looks and see what I think. And we'll see what you all think in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.